everybody, Molly here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for checking out my channel. I just wanted to start out by saying thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I am super close to hitting 2,000 subscribers, and I remember whenever I did my thank you video for 1,000, which really wasn't that long ago, and I never expected to grow the way that I have, but I'm really happy about it and thankful for all of you for supporting me. So I am not in my usual car where I typically record videos. It's gorgeous outside and I'm not working today, so I figured I would hang out in the backyard, and I'm actually using a palm tree for a tripod. Like, I have my my phone in the palm tree fronds. So I finally got to all of my comments. I know some of you were being really patient with me because it took me a couple months to get caught up. It's kind of overwhelming to have all of these comments coming through, and I had a lot of other things going on, so I apologize for that, but I finally got back to all the comments, and there was one particular thread that like really got to me, or like got me fired up, that I decided I'd make my next video on, and that is who are the best tippers. This particular thread in the comment section was about wealthy and poor people. Well, rich and poor are the words that were being used, and who are the best tippers between them. And I don't really know if you can say one or the other, but basically what this thread turned into is like bashing the wealthy end of the spectrum. And I am by no means wealthy. I do know some people who are pretty well off, but it just really bothered me because of the judgment that was happening, and just because people had had certain experiences with the wealthy or the poor. There's an airplane going over, sorry. The one downside to recording outside. Just because people have had certain experiences with rich or poor people, they put them all into one box and say they're all bad. And I don't necessarily think that's true. I have gotten 0 tip from all types of people, all walks of life. I've been stiffed on orders, small orders, big orders, orders from people who don't seem that well off, and orders from people who do. I've also gotten extremely large tips from people who seem well off and are living, you know, in fancy big houses, and I've gotten big tips from people living in, you know, a rundown, basically shack. So one thing that I've learned, or that's been reinforced over the course of the last like 6 months that I've been really into this delivery and rideshare, is not to judge people, not to judge a book by its cover, and not to put people into a box. I don't decline orders because of the size of the pay. If I have a $10 order come in, I accept it and hope that that $10 order is going to be my next opportunity to, number one, make a difference for someone and put a smile on their face. Number two, get potentially my next big tip, because you never know when it's going to happen. It could be that small order that somebody gives you a $20 tip. You never know. I've had it happen. So when you're out there driving and delivering, try not to be so close-minded and try to look at people on an equal level. So I know because of life experience, a lot of people aren't able to do that. It's really hard, but I'm challenging you to try to just open your mind a little bit and not be so judgy. And I don't know, I don't really think that either wealthy or poor are better tippers. Honestly, I think it's about average. I haven't been keeping track, but on a regular basis I get crappy tips from both ends of the spectrum, and I get good tips from both ends of the spectrum. And the middle class, same. I get good and bad tips. So I think at least for me, from my experience, it's been pretty even about as far as who the best tippers are. I don't know, this thread just like really, I don't know, something about it just rubbed me the wrong way because it was just like bashing people. And you also need to remember, you don't know what's going on in other people's lives. You don't know why they're ordering InstaCart or DoorDash, or why they're not driving, or you know, if they're not tipping, maybe there's a reason for that. They might need the service, but they can't afford a few extra dollars. You never know. So just try to remember, you don't know someone's story, and you don't really know what's going on with them unless they tell you. So that's all. I just wanted to give my input on that, just based on my experience. I'm not trying to put myself on a high horse and say don't judge people, because I do. I think everyone does. It's human nature, but I also try to stay as open-minded as possible, and I don't let myself get beat up if I don't get a tip, and I don't let myself judge an entire group of people based on the actions of a few, because if I did that, then I would hate everyone. And I think that it would be really helpful, not only in this industry, but also in our country and the world in general, if people didn't put judgment on an entire group of people based on the actions of just a few. So that's my 2 cents. I hope everyone's having a great week. It is Thursday, so have a great weekend, and I will be back soon with more. Bye.